In this question, we have to identify which symbol denote derived attributes in ER model. Okay, so in the ER model, which of the following symbol represent the derived attribute? So for this, we should know about what is the derived attributes. So derived attributes are basically those attributes for which we don't need to provide any value explicitly. Okay, and the system will internally or implicitly know its value from some other attributes. For example, from some other attributes, and these attributes which are from which we are getting the value of this derived attribute, those attributes are called the stored attributes, and these attributes are called the derived attributes. For example, here we can take one example. If there is one database relation of having name student. Okay, so student is one entity. Okay, so I am talking about here ER model, so I am taking this student entity. Okay, so basically this is student entity. Now in this student entity, we can have some attributes of this student entity. For example, name, address, or branch of the student, which branch or which class he is currently studying here. Okay, and there is one stored attribute which is date of birth of that student. Okay, that student entity. So here I am calling DOB as a stored entity, and we can have one derived attribute. So derived attribute, we can represent the derived attributes in the ER relationship model with this dashed ellipse. Okay, so this dashed ellipse is representing here the derived attribute of age. Okay, so let's suppose age is one derived attribute. So why it is calling the derived attribute? Because we don't need to provide the value of this age explicitly for each student. Okay, we have to provide the date of birth value of each entity, each student entity, and we can get to know, we can know the age of that student with the help of this stored attribute. Okay, so this is called the stored attribute, and this is, since this value of this attribute is deriving from this DOB, so this is called the derived attribute, and derived attribute is represented in the ER model by the dashed ellipse. So our final answer is this.